Hello and welcome live here on CROW LAX TV. Wait, no. Hello and welcome live here to the North Finals. It's the Rebels, it's the Warriors, it's game number 1 between the two top teams in the North. The Warriors coming out of the first round victorious, and the Rebels getting the bye and ready to go here in the North Finals. A trip to the Larry Bishop on the line that goes during August long weekend. Tristan's on the camera, Eric's on the scorebug, our updated scorebug, may I add, and my name is Aiden Bullsgard, and we're getting set for this game to get underway. It's game number 1, a fresh series. 0-0 is the tie in the series. 0-0 is the score on the board, and me and you together tonight, we're going to find out who takes game number 1 and a commanding lead in what is only a 3-game final series between these two sides. We are getting set and we are underway. The Warriors pick up the first face-off of this game. Scrimshaw couldn't quite pick that rebound up off the backboards, but Fraser Barrett there to pick it up for the Rebels and move it ahead now for Seth McKenzie. McKenzie hits Baker at the top. Baker lets that one go there, and it's stopped up quickly there by Warriors goaltender Tate Pinch. He's starting between the pipes for the squad here tonight. And on the other side of the floor, it's Jacob McGilvery who makes a stop for the Rebels quickly, and that's your other starting goaltender here tonight. Ben Renault, he stepped across half, and we have an early penalty coming up, and it looks like this one going against the Rebels. It looks to be Alex Zorniak who's going to be headed to the box for the boys wearing black. And that's going to head us to a Rebels penalty kill. And this penalty kill is brought to you by 5-2 Projects, providing construction services tailored to meet the unique needs of each client. Committed to delivering top-notch quality and exceptional customer service is 5-2 Projects. 19:29 to go in this first period. We are set just as we've added a third man to our crew for the broadcast. It looks like the referees have added a third man to their crew as well. That's Blake Petrushko sitting in the home side penalty box right now, letting them know how it is. Don't you get too lippy with me, says Blake Petrushko. As sitting right now at the top of the point is Joshua Fodchuk for the Warriors. He's going to start with the ball for them. 2 minutes of power play time are officially underway. Fodchuk, he steps in now, feeds that over to the right shooter. The Warriors wasting no time getting some movement through the middle there as that shot goes just wide, and it's recovered quickly by the Rebels, who start to move up the floor with some speed. Here come the Rebels, an opportunity short-handed from the outside there, stopped up by Tate Pinch, but a great opportunity there for Fort Saskatchewan. That was Reese Walsh who came all the way up the right side of the floor and got that opportunity on net, but nonetheless, it's the Warriors. They're back here the other way. Joshua Fodchuk drops that to the right there, playing a little bit of pass with the captain, Luke Royer. Royer to Fodchuk, now utilizing the left side of the floor here to Caden Gulka. Gulka back to Royer, who dropped that one up top, and it ended up in the ceiling. 1:17 to go in this Warriors power plays. It's forcefully turned over to the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels. Picking it up on that side of the floor is going to be Tyler Manning for Fort Saskatchewan. He's got it behind the net now. Manning getting pressed by 2 Warriors, but managing to hold on to the ball so far. 20 seconds to go in this shot clock as Manning continues to hold on to it, and there's another swim move from him. And as he spins off 2 men and now cuts towards the middle, Manning lets it go short side and stopped up by Pinch, and the Warriors going to be headed back the other way. Danny Fair, he's got it. Tried to push that ahead, picked off by the Rebels here. An opportunity, a scoop pass or scoop shot on net, stopped up by Pinch, but what a way to get creative there, who looked to be Nolan Eastwood for the Rebels. Now the Warriors have pushed it back across half once again. 39 seconds to go on this power play. Great way to start off the game for the Warriors, but can they capitalize? They move the ball behind the net now, back all the way up top. Outside shot there off the top left shoulder of McGilvery, and wide of the net, so that ends back up in the Rebel stick, but possibly a quick turnover here, and indeed it happens. Graham Dickin, he's got it. Shot on net, stopped by McGilvery, and the Warriors pick back up and get a reset of the shot clock here once again. 15 seconds to go on this early power play. 17:40 to go in the first. The Warriors moving the ball around once again there, and a nice in-tight shot, but a better save by McGilvery. This ball back up top now for Luke Royer. Royer fed that down to the low right into the middle for Royer once again there, and stopped up by who else but that's McGilvery, looking very strong to start off this contest, and we are back 5 on 5. 17-17 to go in the first. It's Jackson Baker. He's got it for the Rebels and pulls this one out wide right. Baker looking for his man, gets pinned up along the boards, has some help here from Seth McKenzie, lost the ball momentarily, and now the Warriors looking to recover, but it's a battle for the loose ball that will indeed get recovered by Edmonton as they push it across half here. Once again, Caden Flett, he's got it, push that one back up high here, now into the stick of Dane Menon. Menon going to leave that there as the rest of his offense gets back out onto the floor. Warriors stepping in now, trying to move around to the fence, drop a man to the ground, shot on net, and that one ends up just wide and out into the netting. So forcefully turned over to Fort Saskatchewan as they'll look to get some offense going here. 5 on 5. Ball moved ahead. Kohut, he's got it. Kohut utilizes the left side of the floor, back up to the point now for Seth McKenzie. McKenzie into the middle there. Quick opportunity there for Tyler Manning. Ball comes out loose. The Rebels not going to be able to pick it up, and over and back going to be called on them as the Warriors will step in and pick this up. Caden Pickering, he's got it. Comes back above the first rag line there. Now waiting for the rest of his offense to get out there. Pickering, he'll pass it off now and go for a change himself. That's going to bring Joshua Fodchuk off the bench for the Warriors. It's the captain, Royer. He's got it right now. Feeds that over left shoulder. Shooter gets the return feed in the middle there and couldn't quite pick it back up as we move below. 16 minutes to go, and the Warriors break the tie. It's Joshua Fodchuk who puts one away and gets his side up 1-0. Be sure to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. Draw will take place following the playoffs on Monday, July 29th, with a maximum take-home of $10,000. Scan the QR code on your screen now or visit our social media channels for more information at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. 15:56 to go in the first. It's the Warriors that break the ice. They lead 1-0 over the Rebels. Even though the Rebels, the higher seed, the murmurs around the league seem to call the Warriors the favorite. See if Fort Saskatchewan can show why they had that extra height in the standings all season long. His ball gets moved to Manning now. Manning, he's going to drop that one down the left as Eastwood. He hits his man along the right, McKenzie. McKenzie just going to hold on to it here momentarily. Feed that back to the left side of the floor. Eastwood, he's got it, trying to find some space. Push to his offhand into the middle there for Manning, and couldn't quite get that shot taken away, and a dangerous hit there, not too far off the boards, but nothing too bad coming of it other than the Warriors picking up the ball as they move across half. Ben Royer, he's got it. Going to pull this one out right now. Royer down in the right corner, still holding on to it, feeds that one up to the point now. Josh Stewart battling for the loose ball. He's going to have some help, and picking it up now is Graham Dickin. Dickin, he feeds that one to Royer. Royer gives it to the other Royer on the floor, who sends that towards the net and stopped up by McGilvery. Looks like a loose ball foul called on the Rebels, so now that's going to turn it back over to the Warriors, and those are those small little plays that you don't want to see happen out on the floor for the Rebels. They could be headed up the floor right now, but trapped in the offensive zone once again is a big outside shot there, ends up missing the net way wide, but recovered quickly by the Warriors thanks to Regan Carey holding up at the top. Fed over now, Fodchuk, he's got it. Up at the right, Shooter trying to cycle towards the point, chooses to pass this one off as another outside shot stopped up by McGilvery. That one out of the stick of Graham Dickin. Now McGilvery going to be able to move this ball ahead as the Rebels step across half. It's Alex Zorniak. He had a penalty earlier, but now looking to do some damage maybe on the offensive end, but going to turn that back and get it to Jackson Kohut. Kohut trying to move off his man, feeds that one over to left. Eastwood into the middle there for Manning and just couldn't quite find him. So Warriors pick that one off and head across half once again. Offensive zone possession time. Definitely in favor of the Warriors now. Quick turnover. Here come the Rebels back the other way. A quick shot there, and it misses the net. Another opportunity stopped up by Pinch, but Ashton Johnson wasting no time to move ahead there as he'll lose his stick now in the air and getting a couple extra shots, and there's going to be no penalty upcoming from that little scuffle there as Joshua Fodchuk has the ball now for the Warriors and moves it in front of the Rebels bench and tosses it back up high now as the Warriors go back to work. Shot from the outside. That one goes way wide. Ben Royer trying to recover it. It comes back across half, so over and back. Going to get called on the Warriors, turning it back over to the Rebels, who go back to work now in the offensive zone. Carter McAdam, he's got it. Back up to the point now, gets it to Kohut. Kohut feeds that one to Baker. Baker has a man coming off the bench, tries to go back to Kohut, but couldn't quite get it in his stick. The Rebels trying to recover the rebound and getting pushed across half there. Is that some rough play from the Warriors, and we got some stuff behind as well. It looks like things getting a little angsty out on the floor now. And it looks like there's going to be some 4-on-4 action upcoming here as Eastwood heads to the box for the Rebels. See who, if anyone, will end up going for the Warriors. And indeed, that's going to be the case. Looks to be Levi Wolney headed to the box. Even strength. So it looks like the double minor assessed to the Rebels. And 2 minutes assessed to the Warriors. So we will be 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes, but then it'll be Edmonton headed to the power play for the second time in this contest. But let's not focus on that right now. Looks like some confusion going on out on the floor. So an extra player now sent to the box from the Warriors. So they're calling coincidentals on the first 2-minute penalties called to either side. So it looks like we're going to be 5-on-4 right off the bat for the Warriors. So my mistake, folks, but some confusion out on the floor. Seems for all sides, but now settled, and it's going to be the second Warriors power play of the game. It's a quick shot. They score. Ben Royer puts that one away and gets his team up 2-0 over the Rebels in game number 1 here of the North Finals. Explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown, scenic parks, and River Valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. So that goes down as the power play goal for the Warriors. We should be back 5-on-5 now with 13:11 to go in the first period. And that's indeed the signal from the referee. So we get back to it. And my apologies, it's actually a 4-man ref crew going on here tonight. Mr. Ref Chief himself, John Bennett, out there on the floor. I remember him trying to teach me how to be a ref. I never quite caught on. Nonetheless, the Rebels in the offensive zone here. Seth McKenzie, he's got it as he comes above the blue line now. McKenzie getting pressured here by Lachlan Muir. McKenzie now gets around him. Quick shot on net, and that one stopped up by Pinches. Not to be that guy, but he pinched up along that left post to make sure it didn't get inside. As the Warriors now a little fast break action as they pass that one along. It's Royer. He's got it. Coming off a goal on the power play not long ago. Still down in the right corner with it now. Royer moves back up high. He's able to feed that one off to who I'm assuming is brother, the captain, Luke Royer. And the movement from the Warriors stopped up by the Rebels as they move across half here once again. It's Calix Simonson. He's got it. Simonson goes back up to the point for Kohut, who finds Baker now at the direct point. Baker back to Kohut. Kohut moving this ball in closer. Outside shot. He scores. Jackson Kohut gets the Rebels back within 1, cutting the lead in half of the Warriors and breaking the ice in the finals for Fort Saskatchewan. 2-1 is your score with 12:05 to go in the first period. At Vimy Lacrosse, excellence is the standard. Led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors, they are dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is a fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. We get set here at center once again. Quick little swipe at it that time by Fraser Bear. It seemed to be effective as he got that ball deep into his own zone, but now a battle for the loose ball down in the right corner is going to be won by the Rebels as the captain, Scrimshaw, celebrated prior to this game as this will be his graduating year from the Junior Rebels. But knowing Miller, it's not the last time he'll put on a Rebels jersey. I'm sure he'll try to go play some senior lacrosse as well. The Rebels back on offense here. They got it falling goals. Kohut feeling confident, ripped it from the outside once again. That time not as successful as his last, as Kohut behind the back pass. Going to throw that one down low. Only 3 seconds to go on the shot clock. Recovered here by the Warriors as they're going to go back on some offense of their own now as Dane Menon stepped across half. He left that one there now for Josh Dewart. Dewart going to feed that cross floor. He finds Fodchuk. Fodchuk drops that down to the corner now as the Warriors going to work. Fed into the middle there, and Fodchuk just couldn't quite grab it up. Getting pressured here by another graduating player, Ryan McBride. There's McGilvery, I don't think, knew where the ball was. Way off his post that time around. As now it's Johnson running up on the ball using that foot speed once again, and every player finishing their checks where they can in this contest, and that's kind of what you had to expect, I think, out of a opening game of the finals, and I can only think it's going to get more intense as we head into a game 2 and possibly even a game 3 that could go down from the Moyer Recreation Center here on Monday night, and it looks like we have a penalty upcoming here, and this one going to be assessed to the Warriors. It's the goal scorer, Ben Royer. He's going to be headed to the box for 2 minutes for holding, and the first power play opportunity of the game for the Rebels is about to get underway, which means I got to let you know that this Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. Baker, he's going to be the man with the ball up at the point. Let's see what he can do. Baker going to opt to pass that one off to Kohut. Kohut drops that down to the corner now as it's fed cross floor for Manning. Manning back up to the point now. He's able to find his way to McAdam, who goes to Baker, and that shot from the outside going to have to get picked up on the rebound by Kohut, who finds Baker once again. Baker to Kohut. Kohut to Baker from the outside again there, and a big stop by Pinch and into the netting, so it's going to remain Rebels ball with the reset. Minute 40 to go now on this power play. Kohut to the point for Baker. Baker. He feeds that. Manning tried to drop that one down to the middle there for McAdam. Just couldn't quite make it happen. And getting a stick in out behind his net was Tate Pinch. And that allows him to move that ball all the way ahead. Maybe a little too far here. As now it's going to be to the other goaltender playing a little bit of pass between each other this time around. As the ball gets moved up to Walsh. And we got what the ref's calling some incidental contact on the way up the floor. Scrimshaw shaking his head at that one. Nonetheless, the Rebels going to have to shake it off and get back to work here. Only a minute 5 to go on the power play. Jackson Kohut, he's got it. Kohut drops that to the left now. McAdam steps in there, and his shot gets blocked away into the corner. Quickly picked up by Caden Flett as he gets a pick to find some space, and now able to feed that one directly to the middle, and picked up by Levi Wolney. Wolney going to use the behind the net to gain some extra space here from the Rebels. 18 seconds to go on the shot clock. 42 seconds to go in this Rebels power play. Ball comes out loose. It looks like it's the Rebels who are able to pick it up again. Scrimshaw tosses that one ahead, and he finds Matthew Vetch. Vetch not afraid to push up the floor with his foot speed as well, but this time going to opt to pass off and head to the bench and get that top power play unit back to work here, as they only got 24 seconds to rock with. Now Baker fed that one to the outside there, and a big shot from Fraser Barrett ends up wide, but picked up by himself, and a quick shot there by Kohut, stopped up by Pinch. The Rebels get it once again and get another reset. 10 seconds to go on this initial power play of the game for them as Baker bobbles a pass, getting some heavy pressure now from Kyler Andrews out there, and has to pass off to Kohut. Kohut from the outside, he scores! Jackson Kohut make that 2 goals in this game. Say 2 goals in the first period and 2 goals for the Rebels. It's a, here we go. 2-2 tie between the Rebels and the Warriors in game number 1 of the North Finals. 8:39 to go in the first period as we're going to get dialed in at half. But, of course, that's after I let you know that the Chaos Junior Lacrosse Club and its franchise, the Southern Alberta Chaos, are excited to announce that they will be hosting the McDonald Cup this year. The 2024 event will be hosted in the Centennial Regional Arena in Brooks, Alberta from August 7th to 11th. After a hiatus, 27 years, the Port Coquitlam Saints in BC successfully hosted the 2023 tournament, where the Cranbrook Black Wolves became the first champions of the rechristened McDonald Cup since 1995. The 8-team event was highly enjoyed by athletes, volunteers, and the numerous lacrosse fans that attended. Please join them in August. For more information, visit mcdonaldcup.ca as the Rebels have taken the lead in this contest 3-2, and that's what I get for trying to rip that ad out in the middle of the play. But nonetheless, it's Carter McAdam getting himself on the board for the Rebels, and their first lead of this contest, showing the Warriors don't let the foot off the gas. 2-0's absolutely nothing in this sport of lacrosse. And the Rebels now lead at 3-2. No stranger to comebacks this season from the Moyer Recreation Center either is Fort Saskatchewan. 8:20 to go in the first, and things are looking good. Couldn't ask for more on a nice Thursday night. It's only 14 degrees outside. Couldn't be happier about that either. As now dropped to the ground there quickly was Caden Flett, and that's going to turn the ball over to the Rebels. Their offense back on the floor now. It looks like starting with it's going to be Fraser Baird as he quickly passes off to the man with 2 goals tonight, Jackson Kohut. Kohut fed that all the way to left to the Eastwood. In the middle there for McKenzie. He scores. Seth McKenzie continues the onslaught for the Rebels. Make that 4 straight goals on the Warriors and a 4-2 lead over Edmonton. Exactly 8 minutes to go in the first period. Goal song from the Rebels making me feel like I'm playing college football 25 again. Feel like I'm in Penn State, but that's not where I am. I'm at the Moyer Recreation Center watching something much more entertaining, and that is the North Finals here in the Junior B Tier 1 division of the RMLL. Scrimshaw pushes that one ahead here as the Rebels go back to work on the offense, feeling as confident as ever. Seth McKenzie feeds that to the left side. Low shot there, stopped up by Pinch on the shot from Eastwood. Turned over to the Warriors here as the Rebels go for a change. Levi Wolney, he steps in, moves this one down to the right corner. Wolney getting pressured by 2 Rebels here. It looks to be Zorniak and Walsh in on him. 16 seconds to go now on this Warrior shot clock as Wolney tries to feed that one out. Actually does get it to a man somehow in Regan Carey, who now gets that all the way back up to the point for Graham Dickin. Dickin trying to spin off 2 men. Tried to cut the middle there and got taken down, and the Rebels going to be able to pick it back up as Ben Renault. He steps across half. Renault, first time I've seen him in a Rebels jersey in a while. Nonetheless, what a time to come back than the finals. Eastwood, he's got it. Brings it in along the left, trying to cut down low, and he's going to have to spin back. There's 3 Warriors ended up in his path, but gets up to the point now for Baker. Baker catching a bit of a high stick, passes off to Kohut. No penalty upcoming on the play. It's an outside shot there, ripped by Manning. Stopped up, rebound, they score! 5-2. Now your score, make it 5 straight goals for the Rebels, and it looked to be Carter McAdam once again make that 2 goals in this contest for him with 6:52 to go in what could it be? Oh, it's only the first period, folks, and we're just getting underway. Looks like maybe a goalie water going down, which is a good time to let you know that CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 division are proud to be supporting the Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation and the Canadian Mental Health Association to implement their Talk Today program. In 2020, a beloved player of the game to many in the North Division, Chris Letendre died by suicide age 25 while battling mental health issues. The Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve his memory and call the lacrosse community to action in support of mental health in the game of lacrosse and beyond. Donations can be made by visiting our social media channels for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. Both goaltenders returning, and it actually looks like we're going to see the goaltending change here for the Warriors early in this contest. It's Lucas Bialik coming in for Edmonton, and that's going to be the end of the night for Tate Pinch. So the Rebels have planted the seed of doubt. There's no question about that. 6:52 to go in the first. 5-2 is your score in favor of Fort Saskatchewan. What do we got next? Ball comes out loose out of the face-off dot. It's the Warriors who pick it up initially, but ball comes out loose here once again. Battle for it ensues as the Warriors get dropped to the ground. They're saying that contact more on the Warrior than the Rebels, so no play blown dead there, but now a solid possession comes to Edmonton as they push it across half. Caden Flett, he passes that one off and finds his man in Trenton Redlick. Redlick looking for an option as he cuts to the center. Just gets knocked off the ball there. Rebel Zorniak dropped down to the ground, but did his job and got the ball away from the pursuing offense. And the Rebels back on offense once again themselves. Seth McKenzie throws that up to the point for Jackson Kohut. There is a penalty upcoming here. 6-on-5 action as Baker steps on the floor from the outside shot there, and that one goes just wide. Rebound comes out, and the Warriors going to be able to pick that up, and that's going to get the play blown dead. John Bennett has his arm in the air right now. No signal from him yet, but it looks like it's going to be Trenton Redlick headed to the box, and it's going to be a hold. So 2 minutes of power play time coming for the Rebels, and this Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. Second power play opportunity of the game for the Rebels. Baker starts with it at half. Baker feeds that one to the right for Kohut. Kohut drops that down to the corner now for McKenzie, who tried to feed that back up to the point for Baker, but the rainbow pass just too high of an arc, and that gets all the way down the floor. Scrimshaw going to have to go behind his own net and pick this one back up for Fort Saskatchewan. So, my apologies, actually. That'd be Warriors ball on the over and back violation on the Rebels. This rag ensues now for Edmonton. It's Ben Royer. He's got a goal in this game and now trying to show how he works on the other side of the floor, but the Rebels going to be able to peel the ball off him, and Matthew Vetch has it now for Fort Saskatchewan. Vetch gets around the first man, feeds that one off nicely now for McAdam. McAdam, two guys on him here as he's got no help out on the floor yet, but still manages to pick up the rebound and now drops that one low. Baker into the middle. McAdam back to Baker. Almost caught that pass, but now picks it up off the floor. Baker to Kohut as the Rebels trying to settle in. 6 seconds to go on the shot clock. Kohut rips from the outside and stopped up by Bialik. I think that's the first one he's had to stop so far, and now shot clock expiration there. So it's going to be Warriors ball with 1:10 to go in the Rebels power play and 5:10 to go in the first period. It's the Warriors. They come down with some speed here shorthanded. Graham Dickin, he's got an outside shot there, stopped up by McGilvery, and the Rebels able to pick it up. It's Scrimshaw. Look at him. He's getting the wheels on. Here comes Scrimshaw. Ripped from the outside there and stopped up by Bialik. Comes into the corner and picked up by the Warriors, but a great opportunity by them. 4:46 to go in the first period, and the Warriors back, ragging the ball in the Rebel zone as a man spins through the middle. A two there and a shorthanded opportunity stopped up by McGilvery on the chance from Rex Wolney, and now the Rebels push it back the other way with some speed once again. 30 seconds to go. Is inside there, not able to get the shot off was Davin Bajma in the corner now, and they're calling loose ball violation on the Rebels. Okay. Called, so turned over to the Warriors. Kyler Andrews, he's got it as he moves it across half, rolled it ahead, and now the ball's out loose as Walsh took some hits from him as well, but nonetheless, the other Walsh on the floor steps across half. I would like to take a second to acknowledge here where the Rebels are on offense. Kevin Parker, longtime member of the Rebels, used to be the head coach, now the president, and he is not able to be here tonight. Unfortunately, I'm told he's having some health issues right now, so if we could send some well wishes out to Kevin Parker, who I'm sure is watching at home tonight, and maybe a little extra cheers for the Rebels coming from far away from him. Nonetheless, the Warriors back down in the Rebel zone. 3:38 to go now in the first period as the Warriors trying to go to work and get something going. They've had 5 straight goals scored on them here in this game. As a feed to the middle there, knocked out of the air by the Rebels, but the rebound grabbed by the Warriors and stopped up by McGilvery once again, who's still looking strong in this game as Simonson steps across half now for the Rebels, feeding into the middle now for McKenzie, who lets that one go, and a nice right elbow save by Bialik as the Warriors try to move this ahead. Once again, Caden Pickering, he's got it down below the blue line now. He's got it at those left wing half boards as he's getting pressured outside, steps around his man, but actually got blocked up by another teammate of his that time around. But nonetheless, the Warriors continue there, and McGilvery had to make another stop, this time on the captain, Luke Royer, as he's going to move this ahead once again. McGilvery gets that ahead to Walsh. Walsh almost got met in the middle, but drops his mound, and now he's got a lane to the middle. Walsh shoots, and that one stopped up by Bialik. Oh my, that one would have been pretty. Eric sitting here is like, we should have started that TikTok if that highlight would have went through. But that's okay. It didn't. So we get away with it once again. Royer drops that one down to the right corner. Moving this one around now are the Warriors. They got their top line out on the floor right now, but that shot misses the net and goes across half, so it's going to be turned over to the Rebels, and that ball is going to be deep in the Warriors zone. Currently sitting behind the net. We'll see who goes to pick it up for Fort Saskatchewan here. It looks like it's going to be Jackson Kohut who gets it in the right corner. Kohut wasting no time getting high up to the point and feeds off to McAdam now. McAdam back over for Kohut. Return feed to McAdam. Feed into the middle there, and that one got it to McKenzie. And another penalty upcoming to the Warriors here. Jackson Kohut, he's got it. 6-on-5 now momentarily is Eastwood. Up high, 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Eastwood, he gets that to Manning. Manning back over to Kohut. Kohut from the outside there, and that one looked to have been stopped up and gets the reset for the Rebels. Kohut brought it in, and it looked like referees not communicating, as I did see the one signal, the reset there, but nonetheless, play blown dead. So Lachlan Muir going to head to the box for the Warriors, and we're headed back to another Rebels power play. And this Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. It'll be the Rebels who start at half with the ball once again. This their third power play opportunity of the game. Unsuccessful on the first two, but they still lead it 5-2 over the Warriors here. Minute 52 to go in the first. Pinch is back in net from what I'm told by my main informant here, Eric Kraus. He's not only running the computer, folks, but he's feeding me information as we roll. Pinch back in net to repeat once again, and the Rebels on the power play. It looked like almost it was going to be 5-on-3 there for a second, but 5-on-4 is where we'll stand. That was my initial thought. Is McAdam now going to feed that to the left of Manning, who drops that down to the corner now for Eastwood. Eastwood stepping below the goal line now, moves it back up to Manning and up high again for McAdam, who feeds Baker. Baker, quick pass there and trying to go off the back of the goaltender. It looked like to be Eastwood there, but nonetheless, the Rebels continue. The ball movement here is a quick pass inside there, and that one stopped up by Pinch. As the Warriors moving ahead once again. Caden Flett, he's got it. Minute 27 to go on this penalty kills the shorthanded goal from the Warriors. It's Luke Royer who gets his team back within 2 as we dwindle down in the first period. A minute 15 in the period, a minute 24 to go in the penalty kill. Penalty kill, no big deal though for the Warriors, as they now have more goals during a Rebels power play than the Rebels do. But of course, it's still Fort Saskatchewan who are laughing in the lead right now in this initial frame. We'll get set at half here once again. Fraser Barrett pulled that one back there and ends up down deep in the Rebels zone. Scrimshaw going to have to run into the right corner now and pick it up for Fort Saskatchewan. Scrimshaw moves that ahead and goes to the change. Is Kohut now going to be the man to step across half for the Rebels? Kohut feeds that over to the right now to McKenzie. McKenzie gets it to Baker. Baker looking for an option. Back up high for Kohut. Kohut to Baker. Baker lets that shot rip there, and that's going to end up stopped by Pinch, but the Rebels able to recover as they go back to work. Eastwood, he's got it now. Feeds that one back up to the point for Kohut. Kohut to Baker there, lets that one rip, and another stop by Tate. Pinch looking solid since he's come back between the pipes for the Warriors. 32 seconds to go in this first period as Edmonton steps across half here. Once again, Levi Wolney getting some pressure, and the Rebels rip that one down the floor, over and back. Going to be called on the Warriors, so deep down in their zone, it's going to be Fort Saskatchewan with possession. Mullen Eastwood going to pull that into the left corner now. Eastwood going to slow things down here. Only 22 seconds to go on the clock. 29 seconds in this Rebels power play. Baker to Kohut. Kohut to McKenzie. McKenzie back to Kohut as the passing continues for the Rebels. Over to the left side of the floor to the point. Baker, he hits Kohut. Kohut feeds out a quick shot there from McAdam. A rebound chance and another stop by Tate Pinch, and another one. Make that a couple, and another one. Oh my, Tate Pinch. And what an electric end to the first period. When we get back in the second, the Rebels will start with 8 seconds of power play time remaining. 5-3 is your score after 20 in favor of the home side Rebels. My name is Aiden Bolsgaard, and you're listening live to the North Finals here on CROW LAX TV. Tristan's on the camera, Eric's on the computer, and we'll all be back with you in about 10 minutes. Don't get too far. Hello and welcome back live on CROW LAX TV for the North Finals. It's game number 1 between the Rebels and the Warriors, and it's Fort Saskatchewan from home that leads this one 5-3 after 20 minutes. I'd also like to say hi to all 100 of you that tuned in for the first period, and hopefully see you all again for the second. This game is close, and it's only getting better. This is going to be the tightest series in the North playoffs, without a doubt. The one everyone's been looking for, and the first period definitely did not disappoint. It was physical, it was high scoring, it was fast, it was everything you want to see, and most importantly, you got to listen to me while you were at it. Miller Scrimshaw picks up the ball off the face-off to start. It's a quick shot. The Rebels, they score. And look at that. They even got me voice cracking as they go back up by 3 early on in this second period. It looks to be Eastwood who put that one away for the Rebels. His first goal of this contest. 19:50 to go in the second. It only took 10 seconds to get back rolling in this one. Be sure to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. Draw will take place following the playoffs on Monday, July 29th, with a maximum take-home of $10,000. Scan the QR code on your screen now or visit our social media channels for more information at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. Up high now, McAdam. He moves that one over to left for the goal scorer, Eastwood. Eastwood trying to push his way around, dives in towards the center, and ends up getting the crease violation called on him as the Warriors trying to push back on offense here, going down by 3 once again early on in this second period. The Warriors are no slouch, just as capable of coming back from down as the Rebels were in the first period, so no room to lighten up on either side yet in this contest, as this one moved over now, picked up by Graham Dickin. Dickin trying to spin off his man. Here's Vetch putting on major pressure. Let him get low there. A quick shot inside there, stopped up by McGilvery, but I think they called the crease violation there on the Warriors, so it's going to be Rebels ball, but a little bit of a bobble as they try to move it out of the crease. Rebels send that one down low with some pace for what reason, I'm not sure, but going to be able to hold it up at half here. Once again, Riley Longmire, he gets taken down and across half, so they're going to call that the over and back violation on the Rebels as Longmire will head back to the bench, and now the Warriors going to pick it up and drop it down to the right corner once again. They go to work. Fed over behind the net now. Picked up behind the net by Josh Dewart. Dewart looking for an option towards the middle of the net. Gets to the center, lets it go low, and stopped up by McGilvery. Ball turned back over to the Warriors here. A fresh 30 to work with. Once again, up at the point with it now, Ben Royer. He's going to pitch that one over to the right now for Fodchuk. Fodchuk finds man in the middle and back into the middle there once again for the captain, Royer. And stopped up by McGilvery, but rebound gathered in by the Warriors. Fodchuk drops that back over to the left. Zevington going to work and drop down to the ground is Graham Dickin, but didn't lose the ball. He gets right back up and right back to work on offense once again, trying to cut down into the center here. Is this one going to be stopped up by McGilvery, and he's going to push that one ahead, stolen away quickly by Fodchuk as he gets in, he scores! The Warriors back within 2. Fodchuk making it 6-4 with his second goal of this contest, and it doesn't get much prettier than that. Steal the ball out of the air and pot it down in the net. And that looks like not a bad trade for the Edmonton Warriors in my book. I don't know how Eric feels about this one over here. He's nodding his head. I think we're all in agreement on that one. But before we get back underway, I'll let you know to explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown scenic parks and River Valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. Ball turned over to the Warriors here down in the Rebels zone. Knocked down to the ground by Ryan McBride was Josh Dewart. Warriors maintain possession though. Royer, he's got it. Drops that down to the left now for Dewart. Dewart tried to feed that one into the middle, and the Warriors score! Who could it be? Oh, that's right. It's Joshua Fodchuk. His third goal of this contest, make it the hat trick. And the Warriors only trail by 1. And things are lively here at the Moyer Recreation Center. We got fans cheering on both sides, split directly down the middle. The Warriors to the left of me, the Rebels to the right of me, obviously coinciding with the home and away benches as it usually goes. And this is the kind of atmosphere you want to see for a finals game, as the Warriors feeling good, going back to work here once again. Lachlan Muir, he's got it. Muir, he drops that down to the left now, picked up quickly by Graham Dickin. Dickin up to the point. He finds Ben Royer. Royer to who? Oh, that's right. Josh Fawchuk into the middle there. Quick behind the back shot, and that one ends up just wide of McGilvery there. Rebels trying to recover. Zorniak battling for it. But the Warriors 2-1 there and get the ball picked up. And now Zorniak falls on his man and gets the ball loose. Now play going to get blown in to the Rebels as they step across half. Pass across now. Seth McKenzie, he's got it. Steps around the first man. Feeds out to the middle here. An outside shot there, and it misses the net. Manning able to recover here for the Rebels. 16:45 to go in the second. It's the 6-5 game in favor of Fort Saskatchewan. Kohut drops out to the right. Baker, he's got it. Trying to cycle up towards the point. Feeds that one back to Kohut, who lets that go short side. Stopped up by Tate Pinge. Ends up in the corner. The Rebels have it and get the reset. Up to the point. Seth McKenzie bobbled the initial pass, but able to grab the rebound. Now a penalty upcoming to the Warriors. 6-on-5 for the Rebels as McGilvery heads to the bench. McKenzie feeds that to Manning. Manning across floor there. Finds Baker. Baker lets it rip, and that one's blocked up. Another shot stopped up by Tate Pinch behind the net and recovered by the Warriors, and that gets the play blown dead. So the cross check being called to Edmonton. Headed to the box looks to be Rex Wolney. And 2 minutes of power play time upcoming for the Rebels. And this Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. Jackson Kohut, he's going to start with the ball at the point for the Rebels. A little bit of struggle on the power play today for Fort Saskatchewan, but let's see if they can strike back on the Warriors here on this one. Kohut, he's got it. Feeds that down to the corner here. Rebels taking a little more time on this power play to get the right shot. Kohut to Baker. Baker lets it rip there, and that one's stopped up by Pinch. Rebound comes out, and Fort Saskatchewan's got it again. Baker to Kohut. Kohut utilizing the left side of the floor to Eastwood, who tried to feed it into the middle there for McAdam, but had to recover his own pass off of Warriors. An outside shot there and right into the stick of Pinch. He'll try to move it ahead, and Eastwood almost pulled the Josh Fawchuk there, pulling it out of the air, but couldn't quite do it as the Rebels just chucked that across half once again. And the Warriors sent down into the front of the Rebels bench. A dangerous hit there. Hopefully see the Warriors man pop up, and indeed he does, so that's more ideal than not. So now it looks like the ball is going to get turned over to the Rebels on an 8-second violation. And quickly with it, it's going to be Ben Renault for Fort Saskatchewan. He passes that one ahead for McAdam, who now hits Baker. Baker feeds McKenzie, now to Kohut. Kohut tried to go back to McKenzie, missed pass initially, but recovered by the Rebels. McKenzie, quick shot there and stopped up by Pinch once again. Now another shot there from McAdam, and that one off the post. That's about as close as you can get. 40 seconds on the power play. The Warriors back on attack, or should I say the Rag. Let's see. They're not a stranger in this game to shorthanded goals. That is for sure. Is now a double man press here on the Warriors. Riley Longmire in there, and the Rebels recover. Possibly trying to start a fast break here. Couldn't quite make it happen. Now drop down. Kohut feeds that one across. Couldn't quite find his man in Matthew Vetch. And the taller man there, the Warriors, going to be able to pick this up. And they feed this one ahead. Caden Pickering. He's got it. Reverse hit. Pickering in alone there. And oh my, what a stop. McGilvery. And that would have been another pretty play from the Warriors. But McGilvery says no. Only 3 seconds to go now on this Rebels power play. That's shown more offense for the Warriors than the Rebels, and that's something Fort Saskatchewan's going to want to figure out as we go down the stretch. Miller Scrimshaw, he's got it, gets tripped up there, and there's going to be no penalty call as a referee shaking his head saying, play on here, boys, can't call everything. Nonetheless, the Warriors recover in their own zone and push across half once again. Dane Menon, he's got it. Fed that one down to the right corner. Pass didn't connect, and that allowed the Rebels to pick back up their own zone. Kalix Simichin trying to spread the floor there on Vetch, and that one actually had to be knocked out of the air by Tate Pinch. Nonetheless, the Warriors have it once again as they push that one ahead now to Dane Menon once again. Menon back up high for Flett. Flett, he's going to leave that one there for Ben Royer. Royer's got 1 goal already in this contest. Let's see if he can find more and possibly the tie for his side. Royer trying to move around Walsh. Fed that one to the middle there and couldn't quite hit the captain, Royer, as this ball comes out loose in the corner, but that's going to get picked up by Captain Royer here once again as he'll feed off his brother now along the right side, who cuts to the point. Royer to the left now. Graham Dickin, he's got it. Drop that to the left. And a quick shot there by Fodchuk, and that one got stopped up by McGilvery as the Rebels battling for it here. Once again, Fodchuk still in a battle for it. Now this one up in the netting, and they're going to call that Warriors ball. Fodchuk sends that one up high. He finds a man, and Graham Dickin back to Fodchuk. He's got the hot stick in this second period as this ball comes loose. Fodchuk, he's got it again, and he's got some space. Feeds that one to the middle, and a big hit in the middle. Alex Zorniak absolutely laying out Luke Royer in the middle of the floor, and the Rebels headed back the other way now with some speed, and that pass just going to go wide and has to be recovered in the corner. 12.5 to go in the second. Kohut, he's got it. 14 seconds in this Rebel shot clock, because they have an opportunity there, and McKenzie sends that one just high and wide, and the Warriors able to recover the rebound as they step across half. Once again, Rex Wolney gets his stick yard sailed out of his hands, and it looks like over and back called on the Warriors, and the Rebels feed right down in the middle. Picked up here. That was almost a chance there. Another one there for McKenzie, and that one went just wide. McBride couldn't quite grab the rebound, and now the Warriors going to be able to pick it up. They had a man behind the play, Caden Pickering, trying to cut to the middle. He catches a piece of the body. McBride comes in as well, and that allows McGilvery to pick up the loose ball and try to push it ahead, but that pass into the ceiling. The Rebels defense going to have to be quick back to their spot as the Warriors, they're going back on offense. 11:51 to go in the second. 6-5 is your score in favor of Fort Saskatchewan in game number 1 of the Junior B Tier 1 North Finals from the Moyer Recreation Center as the Warriors on attack. Here we go. Feed into the middle there, and that one not able to connect with Regan Carey. Comes out loose, and it's going to be the Warriors who grab it again. Graham Dickin feeds that one to the middle. Royer tried to let that go and ended up behind the net, but the Warriors get it once again from the outside there, stopped up by McGilvery on the shot from Dickin, and now the Rebels able to pick up the rebound, and Vetch going to get across half and just hold up above the blue line. The Warriors playing out high, though. Stachniak, he's right on to Vetch as he'll have to send the one-handed pass off that time around. With it now, Barrett, he fed that down to the left corner for McAdam, who spins back up high and finds Baker. Baker steps around his man, lets the outside shot go, and that one goes wide. McAdam, he's got it again. Feeds that one off, and a shot from the outside again, and that one goes wide as well out of the stick of Fraser Barrett, and it's Warriors ball now. 10:55 to go in the second. Edmonton, they step across half, feed that one ahead for Fodchuk. He's a dangerous man out there as he rips from the outside, and that one stopped up by McGilvery, comes behind the net. Rebound trying to get picked up by Ben Royer. Fodchuk there to help him. Sends one from his stomach, and that was a hard save for McGilvery. And now it's Simonson who's got it in his own zone for the Rebels and pushes this one ahead for Walsh. Walsh, he's just going to slow things down here, and thank God for my lungs and my heart, as it's getting hard here, but nonetheless, I'm going to push through because why not? It's the finals. As Walsh scores, and that was as nonchalant as it gets. And the Rebels have taken a two-goal lead once again over the Warriors. 7-5 is your score as Reese Walsh puts it away. And I don't know about you, Eric, but that looked pretty easy if you ask me. You just walked in and let that one go. And they don't ask how, they just say it works. 10:16 to go in the second. At Vimy Lacrosse, excellence is the standard. Led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors, they are dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is the fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. Mullen Eastwood, he's got it now, in along the right. Trying to wheel this one behind the net now and find some space, getting pursued hotly here by Kyler Andrews, who's been all over it on defense today as this rebound comes out in the middle there, recovered by the Warriors, and they're going to try to push it up the floor now. Levi Wolney, he's got it, gets around the first man, coming in one-on-one. Wolney going to choose to pull back out as he has Ben Renault pushing right up on him. Still now is Vetch going to come and put on some pressure on the outside as that ball rolled up to the point. Warriors find some space now. Regan Carey, he's got it. Going to move along the middle. Scrimshaw trying to direct traffic on the defensive end for the Rebels. There's an outside shot there, and that one stopped up by McGilvery. They're going to call goalie water here with 9.5 to go in the second, so a good time for me to let you know that the Chaos Junior Lacrosse Club and its franchise, the Southern Alberta Chaos, are excited to announce they will be hosting the McDonald Cup this year. The 2024 event will be hosted in the Centennial Regional Arena in Brooks, Alberta, home of the Bandits, from August 7th to 11th. After a hiatus of 27 years, the Port Coquitlam Saints in BC successfully hosted the 2023 tournament, where the Cranbrook Black Wolves became the first champions of the rechristened McDonald Cup since 1995. The 8-team event was highly enjoyed by athletes, volunteers, and the numerous lacrosse fans that attended. Please join them this August. For more information, visit mcdonaldcup.ca. Both goaltenders back between the pipes for their respective squads. Again, it's the Rebels that leads this one 7-5 with 9.5 to go in the second. It's Warriors ball down in the Fort Saskatchewan zone. They go to work. Regan Carey feeds that one down to the left corner. Ball comes back into the middle there, and that shot just ends up wide. The ball comes out loose now. It's a battle for it, and it's going to be the Warriors who are able to pick that up. Luke Royer, he's got it behind the net, feeds that one back up to the point for Ben Royer. Royer from the outside. That shot nails the post, and that's, again, about as close as you can get. 9:06 to go in the second. Is this ball going to have to be picked up behind his own net by Tate Pinch? Pinch wires one all the way up the floor. Came right in front of the Warriors bench, and they successfully connect on that pass. So the Rebels not trying to get too high up on that one. Nonetheless, the Warriors to work in the offensive zone now. Nice behind the back feed. Royer steps around trying to get in the middle. Lets that one go, and a nice stop by Jacob McGilvery, as now the Rebels going to move up the floor. It's Davin Badgema. He feeds that ahead for McAdam. McAdam, realizing he has no help right now, just going to slowly back away, say, I don't want no part of this until I got even strength, as McAdam almost gets dangerously sent into the boards. Feeds that one off now. Finds Manning in the middle. Lets that shot go there, and stopped up by Pinch once again, and in his pads. So the Warriors going to get the ball. 8:22 to go now in the second, as the Warriors back on offense. It's Joshua Fodchuk. He's got it. Fodchuk up to the point now. Finds Ben Royer. Royer back to Fodchuk. What a top three this is out on offense. Royer, and Fodchuk. Royer's well known lately in the junior and senior lacrosse scene. Whenever you see that last name, you know they're high on the coach's list of players to watch. But add Fodchuk to that list as well, as he's made a splash this year in the Junior B Tier 1 division. Got traded from the CROW to the Warriors, and now in the North Finals. And Eric, what a jump that is to go from the last place CROW up to the North Finals with the Warriors. I'm sure Fodchuk thinking about that a little nicer nowadays. And oh my, what a stop! Tate Pinch laid down and stopped that one in between his legs. That's about as good as it gets. Pinch not yet to his feet here. Make sure he's okay following this play. It looks like maybe his helmet came off as he fell backwards, and that's always going to get the play blown dead. As if you haven't noticed in the game of lacrosse, it's not like hockey. A lot of balls are coming around the head area. That's typically where the game is played, so you're going to want a helmet on, was always what I was told. 7:35 to go in the second period. The Warriors start down in the Rebels zone. Graham Dickin, he's got it. Tries to cut down low. Going to spin back now. Feed that one back out high for Royer. Josh Dewart, who let that one go. Ends up in the corner. Ball loose and picked up by the Warriors. Regan Carey, he's got it now. Carey all the way back up to the point now. 23 seconds to go on the shot clock for the Warriors, as they'll feed it out right now. Shot from the outside by Fodchuk, covered up by McGilvery, and now he's going to be able to move that ball out, and indeed he does. Stepping across half now, it's Zorniak for the Rebels. Under 7 minutes to go now in this second period. Zorniak feeds Eastwood. He lost that pass, put a little bit of a hit on there. The referee's letting him push back and forth, it seems, a little more in this second period, as it's been a physical game throughout so far, as we are more than halfway through this contest, as the Warriors head back across half once again. And another shout out to Kevin Parker watching on the stream tonight. Kevin, not only former head coach, not only current president, but also former 20-minute long cameraman for CROW LAX TV when we were in a pinch earlier this season. So really, truly a jack of all trades is Mr. Parker, as the Warriors going to work here in the offensive zone. 1 second on the shot clock, and that shot stopped up easily by McGilvery, and the Rebels able to pick up. Scrimshaw throws that one ahead. He finds Mullen Eastwood. Eastwood feeds that one down a little lower. He finds Seth McKenzie. McKenzie back to Eastwood. Rebels looking for some options in the middle. No cutting going on quite yet. McAdam couldn't quite grab that, but Baker, he's got it as he gets dropped down to the ground by Kyler Andrews. And that allows the Warriors to pick back up in their own zone and absolutely burn there. And here come the Warriors with some speed. Dane Menon lets that shot go. He scores. First goal of the contest for Menon. And the Warriors might be focusing more on the highlight reel today as they trail by 1, but all 6 of their goals have certainly been pretty. 7-6 is your score with 5:43 to go in the second. CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 Division are proud to be supporting the Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation and the Canadian Mental Health Association to implement their Talk Today program. In 2020, a beloved player of the game to many in the North Division, Chris Letendre, died by suicide aged 25 while battling mental health issues. Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve his memory and call the lacrosse community to action in support of mental health in the game of lacrosse and beyond. Donations can be made by visiting our social media channels for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. The Rebels able to recover this ball down in their own zone, but it comes out loose once again, and it's going to be the Warriors who have it. Rex Wolney getting pushed up along the boards. No dice here right now as he's still got the ball and now heads behind the net to try to gain some extra space. On the weak side of the floor for himself is Wolney, and now rainbow pass up high, but that one quickly stolen out of the air by Riley Longmire for the Rebels. Longmire steps below the first rag line now. Going to come back above the blue line here and pass this off and go for a change. 17 seconds to work with on the shot clock here for the Rebels. Kohut, he's got it. Kohut fed that one over to the left, now into the middle there. McKenzie, he's got it. Let's that shot go there, and it ends up just wide of Pinch's net that time around. The Rebels trying to recover in the corner, but it's the Warriors have it right now. It looks like this ball has come loose once again, but now the expiration of the shot clock going to forcefully turn it over to the Edmonton Warriors. They trail by 1, 4:37 to go in the second, trying to go back on offense, and indeed they'll get across half in an impromptu way, but nonetheless they did it. Caden Flett push that one ahead as it comes back up to the point now for Ben Royer. Royer getting set up now, finding his position on the floor, feeds that one back over for Graham Dickin. Dickin trying to move towards the middle on his backhand here, trying to feed that up to the point. He let shot go from the point. They score. Josh Stewart from the outside ties this one up at the lucky sevens. 4:15 to go in the second period. Back forth. Will it ever stop? Probably not, and that's what it's going to be for the remainder of this series. No doubt in my mind, it's only game number 1, but it's a 7-7 tie, and these teams are going at it. We're going to get set at half here once again as we go down the stretch of the second period. Looks like it's going to be Calix Simonson in to take this draw here for the Rebels, needing to get it together following that tying goal here. The Warriors able to pick it out of the face-off draw. Ben Royer, he's got it. Royer finding his position on the floor once again as the rest of the offense gets out there now for Edmonton. Is an outside shot there, stopped up by McGilvery and ends up behind the net. Zorniak trying to dig it out for the Rebels, and indeed he does. Zorniak going to push that one ahead with some speed down. That just a little too far and away for Calix Simonson, and it's going to be Pinch who's able to pick it up in his own net and now moved ahead as the Warriors back pressuring the Rebels with quickness. Regan Carey, he feeds that one over to the right now, into the middle now. Just out of the reach of Josh Stewart. That allows the Rebels to pick up, but swiped out of the air by Ben Royer, but didn't quite get good possession, so that allows Scrimshaw to have it up at the point now. Scrimshaw looking to put on some pressure, feeds that one in the middle. Quick shot there, they score! Scrimshaw finds his man in the middle, and the Rebels have retaken the lead. Now 8-7 over the Warriors. That one looked to be put away by Jackson Kohut, his third goal of this contest. Make that the hat trick. Your goal leaders for either side in this game, you guessed it. For the Warriors, it's Joshua Fodchuk with 3, and for the Rebels, it's Jackson Kohut with 3 himself. So now we got a little bit of a mini contest going on within this game between Fodchuk and Kohut. Who's going to come away with more goals in this one? As the Warriors push it ahead back in the offensive zone. They got numbers trying to move it in, and great defense there by Scrimshaw, who ends up getting the pick and looked like he caught a check. Maybe a bit in his ear, letting the Warrior know as he headed back to his bench. Nonetheless, Edmonton remains on offense here. Dickin Drops that down to the left corner now for Josh Dewart. Dewart to the opposite side of the floor. Trying to move in now is Royer. Royer gets in there and knocked down. Tried to maybe crease dive there, but lost his handle on the ball as two Warriors clash Vetch down into the left corner as the Rebels push across half here once again. Fraser Barrett, he's got it. Comes above the blue line now, getting pushed hard, so had to pass it off to the man with three, Jackson Kohut. It goes to Baker. Baker back up to the point now. Finds McKenzie. McKenzie fed that one over to the left now. Looks to be Manning with the ball for the Rebels as he heads a little scoop pass back out to the point. McAdam, he's got it. 4 seconds now on the shot clock. Gets it back to Manning. Manning's got to rip it, and he does, and that one goes just wide. And McAdam kind of plays goaltender there to make sure that one doesn't get too far down the floor. Now the Warriors have to go to work to get across half, and they do so successfully. Creeping up on 2 minutes to go now in this second period. The Warriors back in the offensive zone. Looks like an outside shot coming. No, fake and a pass to the middle, but this pass does not hit its mark, and it's out loose. Continued battle for it, and that's going to be the loose ball violation on Edmonton, so that's going to force the turnover to the Rebels down in their own zone below the blue line. 2 men on them, and there come those quick hits from the Warriors again as we got some rough stuff going on behind the play. It looked to have been between Ben Royer and Ben Renault of the Rebels as a quick shot gets on net and a nice stop from McGilvery, and it looks like they're turning this over to the Warriors. So Ben Royer going to start with this down in the right corner of the Rebels zone. Minute 33 to go now in this second period. So it looks like play blown dead here, and it's indeed going to be for the towel, the famous white towel that's all of a sudden turned brown as this season's gone on for the Rebels. What can you do, though? Ashton Johnson doing his best janitor impression out there. Gets the job done and now headed back to his bench. Again, 1:33 to go in this middle frame. It's the Rebels that lead it 8-7 over the Warriors. Ball comes up to the right shooter here. Regan Carey, he's got it to the point for Fodchuk. Now they'll switch off positions. Little give and go. Finds back to Fodchuk. Feed into the middle there for Royer and just couldn't quite find the stick. And now the Rebels able to recover. Zorniak, he's got it. Zorniak had 2 men on him, and it's that forecheck by the Warriors that's really started to cause problems for the Rebels here in the second period. They're throwing 2 men at every man trying to escape the zone for the Rebels. Now loose ball push on Fort Saskatchewan, just trying to gain some space. Frustration maybe setting in the sense of trying to get out of the zone for Fort Saskatchewan's a nice feed into the middle there and a nicer stop by McGilvery, and that allows Bajma to pick up for the Rebels, and he's going to have to use his speed, and he indeed does now. Bajma coming in, possibly use the numbers, feeds that to the middle for Baker, and he just couldn't quite let the quick stick go as the Warriors move it across half here once again. Below the blue line now, they're moving in. Shot it from the outside, and a stop up from McGilvery as he'll try to push this ahead. Caught a little bit of contact as he tried to pass that one out, made the pass miss its mark, and now some rough stuff going on along the end boards. A little pushing and shoving either way, and no penalties coming. He's picking it up is Kyler Andrews for the Warriors. He pushes it across half, gets that to the outside, and that one stopped up by McGilvery. Rebound came out for Reese Walsh, his brother trying to help him pick it up as well, but Reese going to be the one who gets it as another hit into the boards and a turnover to the Warriors. This is going to be the loose ball foul called this time on Rylan Walsh, and it looks like a timeout upcoming here as well. This one going to be from the Warriors. 19.4 seconds to go in the second. They trail by 1, and it'll be interesting to see. It's a play we've seen many times this season. If the Warriors pull their goaltender for this last bit of the first period, it's an effective play. I've seen it work a couple times this season to go 6-on-5. If you hold on to the ball, don't pressure until very late in the dying seconds. Not a lot of risk going on there, but of course, whenever you're going to pull your goaltender out of the pipes, that risk-reward factor always becomes a conversation. Referees talking it over right now around the center dot as the teams are at their respective benches. 25 seconds to go on this timeout. The Warriors feel like they're all good and set. And it looks like the Warriors headed down to their own zone. Now, it was my initial belief that this was going to be Warriors ball, but it looks like now that it's actually going to be Rebels ball. from their own zone. It's going to be McAdam who picks this one up. So returning between the pipes is Jacob McGilvery. Neither side going to go with the empty net. I mean, of course, the Warriors aren't, but the Rebels not going to pull that play themselves as they do lead by one. 15 seconds to go in the second. Can the Rebels convert before the closure of the period? Baker. He hits McAdam, feeds that one over to Eastwood. Eastwood back up for Baker now. Baker, he feeds that to the right. Kohut to Eastwood. Eastwood, outside shot there, and that one's blocked up in the middle, and the Warriors pushing ahead. Only 1 second on the clock, and that will do it. After 40 minutes, it's the Rebels who still hold the lead, this time only by one. 8-7 is your official score from Josephsburg, from the Moyer Recreation Center. It's the North Finals here, live on CROW LAX TV. Tristan's on the camera, Eric's on the computer, and Aiden, myself, is doing your play-by-play. Don't get too far, folks. We'll be back with your third and possible final period in about 10 minutes. Hello and welcome back, lacrosse fans, live here on CROW LAX TV. You are tuned in for the third and possible final period of Game 1 of the Junior B Tier 1 North Finals between the home side Fort Saskatchewan Rebels and the visiting Edmonton Warriors. It's Fort Saskatchewan that leads this one 8-7, headed into the final 20. Tristan's on the camera, Eric's on the computer, and my name Zayden Bolsgaard as we get set at the face-off dot, and we are almost underway, and now we are. Ball comes out loose off the draw. Looks like it's going to be the Warriors who grab the initial possession of this period as they move this ahead. Now it's Royer. He's got it. Ben Royer drops this down to the right corner now. He finds Fodchuk. Fodchuk goes all the way back up high now for Josh Dewart. Dewart fed that one back in for Fodchuk, who let the impromptu shot go that time around, and Dickin going to be able to pick that one up for the Warriors and feed that one back over now to Dewart. Dewart trying to cut his way inside there, and McGilvery makes the stop off the top of his left shoulder that time around, and now the Rebels able to pick up the rebound and get their first possession of this period about 40 seconds in. Zorniak gets knocked across half, and that's going to be the over and back violation on Fort Saskatchewan, so that's going to allow the Warriors to pick this ball back up high. With it now, Regan Carey. Carey going to feed that one over now, or attempt to feed that one over. Knocked down out of the air by Matthew Vetch, but no problem for the Warriors, who have recovered this ball once again. Still 17 seconds to work with on the shot clock. This ball fed over to the right. Royer, he's got it along the right side as he tries to spin around. Royer lets the outside shot go, and I thought that one had eyes, but McGilvery just catches a piece of that one and keeps it out of the net. The one-goal lead remains intact for the Rebels as this ball back up high. Dickin, he's got as he gets pursued by Vetch. Dickin lets the outside shot go that time, and it ends up just wide. Ashton Johnson trying to get it, gets stopped up a little bit, but now Vetch coming in 2-on-2 with McKenzie, and he's going to peel off to the benches. McKenzie fed that to Manning, and bobbled pass ends up in the big stick of Pinch as the Warriors move this ahead once again. Levi Wolney, he's got it on his weak side of the floor, feeds that one back up high and tipped across half by the Warriors, so the over and back violation on Edmonton's going to allow Fort Saskatchewan to pick up in the left corner of their zone. McAdam, he's got it now, trying to beat the first man, couldn't quite do it. Ball comes out loose, and the Warriors able to recover quickly. Not a long possession there for the Rebels, as the Warriors have completely controlled the first 2 minutes of this third period, trailing by 1, and that was close to an impromptu over and back violation, but ref didn't see that one. I honestly might have called that one as Dewart feeds that over. Now Fodchuk's got it in the right corner. Let's the outside shot rip, and that one got a piece of McGilvery and ends back up in the stick of the Warriors as they got a fresh 30 going at it here once again. Another outside shot, and McGilvery stops it again, remaining dialed in this contest. Me and Eric talking in between the periods. One of the biggest things for the Rebels so far in this game has been the performance of McGilvery as they move it ahead. McKenzie gets knocked off the ball by the hard check of Kyler Andrews, and ball picked up now by Caden Pickering as the Warriors look to move it ahead once again. The Rebels struggling to get set up in the offensive zone, but they'll give it another goal here once again. Reese Walsh steps across half, going to slow things down this time as he waits for his offense to get out there. Right back out on him is Kyler Andrews, who's not afraid to lay a hit, and that's became evident in this contest. Kohut to McAdam. McAdam back up to the point, finds his man there in Barrett. Outside shot from Kohut. That one goes way wide, over half, so over and back violation called on the Rebels. Their best possession of this third period so far, but did not result in a shot on net. 17:02 to go now in the third. 8-7 remains your score. I'll remind you to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. You can scan that QR code in the right corner of your screen, bottom right corner I should say, or you can head to our socials for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. Feed to the middle there. Couldn't quite get off the shot, did Luke Royer, but nonetheless the Warriors still got it, and that one from Ben Royer gets stopped up by McGilvery. In the right corner of the Rebels zone, Johnson going to be able to pick it up for Fort Saskatchewan, and he'll trot his way across half, and now looking like he's going to press the middle. Johnson fed that one in for McAdam, couldn't quite pick it up. Rebound does come out. Battling for it now. It's 2 Rebels to 1 in this loose ball battle now. 2-on-2, and it's going to be McAdam who comes up with it. Pulls this one out wide and goes back up high. Finds his man here in Fraser Barrett. Barrett to Baker. Baker, outside shot there, stopped up by Pinch as this one comes out loose, and it's going to be the Warriors who are first to it this time around. Trenton Redlick brings it across half and passes that one off for Dane Menon. Menon going to peel back out, kind of a button hook there as he gets pursued by two Rebels now. He's going to have to let it go in a turnover. Here comes Bajema, and all alone. Bajema lets it go, and what a stop by Tate Pinch to keep his team within one as Vetch recovers the rebound for the Rebels. Now maybe a little more pep in their step. 15:45 to go in this third period. Seth McKenzie, he's got it. Steps below the rag line now and feeds that one back up high to Kohut. Kohut, feed across to the left side, finds Fraser Barrett. Barrett, little scoop pass into the inside for McAdam. He couldn't quite snag that out of the air, but the Rebels regain possession. 8 seconds to go in this shot clock. McKenzie from the outside, and that one ends up wide, and the Warriors pick up the rebound as they're going to push across half here once again. Caden Flett, he's got it. Feeds that one up high, up to the point here now for Graham Dickin. Dickin from the outside. Big outside shot there and stopped up by McGilvery. Caught that in his right elbow that time and left that there nicely as the Rebels trying to move across half here once again. Ben Renault, he's got it now for Fort Saskatchewan. Spinning off a couple men and now going to be able to feed that one off to the left for McAdam. McAdam all the way back up to the point now. He finds Seth McKenzie and drops that down to the corner for Kohut. Kohut, he's looking for an option. Spins off a man a couple times. Feeds that one back up high. McKenzie outside shot, and that one caught a piece of the post, it sounded like. Comes behind the net, and that's going to get picked up swiftly by Kyler Andrews and moved ahead by him to Caden Pickering. Pickering riding the blue line, going to move that one back up high now for the captain, Luke Royer. Royer passes that one off, finds Graham Dickin. Dickin. Lots of shots in this game, but no goals. 14:20 to go in the third. He's still got it. Dickin. Scoop pass back up to the point, finds his man and Josh Stewart, who sends a shot towards the net. McGilvery takes it, trying to spring his man now, it looks like. He's got Simonson. Simonson coming in with some numbers. Simonson, bob towards the middle, let that shot go, and a crease violation called on him, but Pinch made the save regardless. Nonetheless, Warriors ball as they'll look to move it across half once again. And indeed they do. Trenton Redlick, he's got it. Passes that one off now for Regan Carey. Carey going to drop that one down to the corner. He finds Joshua Fodchuk. Fodchuk cycling towards the point, hiding that ball well. That's something Fodchuk does so well, is protect that ball while he's moving around the offensive zone. And his ability to let a shot go from that position is what really, I think, tricks a lot of goaltenders and defenders on him, as you really don't know which way he's going to spin off you. And that's just part of the elusive part of the game for Joshua Fodchuk. Little bit of rough stuff down in the right corner of the Rebels zone, but nonetheless, it's going to be Rebels ball. Miller Scrimshaw, he's got it now. Going to fake pass and just step across half, and now pass that one to Seth McKenzie. McKenzie down to Baker. Baker cycling back up high, and he finds his man there in Fraser Barrett. Barrett getting absolutely beaten here on defense and feeds that back up to Baker, who lets the outside shot go. Rebound opportunity and a save by Pinch keeps this game within one. 13:07 to go now in the third, and it looks like it's going to be Rebels ball. Loose ball push signaled here, and Fort Saskatchewan going to go back to work. Not for long, though, as that pass wayward from Jackson Kohut. So ball down into the Rebels zone now. McGilvery just going to leave it along the edge of his crease. The Warriors going to start with it down in the right corner. It looks like it's going to be Ben Royer who picks it up for them, and indeed that's going to be the case. Royer, he's got it now, cycling back up high. Pressure up high also from the Rebels is not allowing any of those outside shots coming from the Warriors. A rebound opportunity and a crease violation called on the Warriors as the Rebels going to get started from their own zone once again. Fed up along the right for Vetch. Vetch along the weak side of the floor, so going to have to do a good job protecting the ball here, and he does, and passes that one off now for McKenzie. McKenzie gets by the first man, passes that one down off to McAdam now. McAdam looking for an option, feeds that off for Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw finds a lane inside, lets that shot go, stopped up by Pinch. But a good bob and weave to the inside for Scrimshaw, putting some pressure on the Warriors. 12:26 to go now in the third as they push it across half once again. Trenton Redlick loves moving that ball up the floor, seen it many times today as he'll feed that one off now to Ben Royer. Royer had to dump that ball off as he was getting pushed across half, and it ends up right in the stick of Zorniak, who feeds that ahead now for Reese Walsh. Walsh at the blue line. Going to get some pressure here from Dane Menon. Walsh heads back towards half, gets it to Kohut, who sends the bounce pass now to Seth McKenzie. McKenzie spins off his man. Feeds that one into the middle. Almost found Manning that time. Rebound does come out. It's still loose, but it's going to be the Warriors who recover it. Rex Wolney. He's got it now. Going to head above the first blue line and now across half. Beating out the 8 seconds by a mile as Wolney getting pressured now by Vetch. Looking to feed it back out high, and indeed he will now. Finds his man and now dumped off for Josh Dewart. Dewart getting some pressure from Bajma here. Vetch coming in to help out, but ball fed over to the right side of the floor now. 11.5 to go in the third. It's a feed to the middle there and a stop up by McGilvery. A great job by him, again, keeping this game within one. Is now Vetch. He's beat 2 men. Looked like he had a lane, but going to turn back in a smart play by him. Get the proper offense out there, and importantly, take some time off the clock and see if you can get a solid opportunity. McAdam, he feeds that one to Barrett. Barrett cycling up high. Feeds that one over to Baker now. He couldn't quite gather in that pass. Loose behind the net. Baker now grabs it in the front. Quick shot there for McAdam, and it ends up just wide there of Pinch. But the Rebels able to recover once again, and they do get the reset. Barrett to McAdam. McAdam back up high for McKenzie. McKenzie back to McAdam. Now to Baker. Baker cycling way up high, looking for an option. He finds Fraser Barrett, who shoots way from the outside and labels the center of the chest of Tate Pinch. Now some more rough stuff going down. Calix Simonson getting sent to the bench there by the referee, but no penalties upcoming. They're letting them play here. Don't want anything decided by a power play now. Let's just have some good old-fashioned, hard-played 5-on-5 lacrosse in a 1-goal game. It's 8-7 as we near the halfway mark of this third period. It's absolutely flying by as an outside shot stopped up again by McGilvery on the shot from Graham Dickin. It's now McGilvery going to push this ahead once again. He's able to feed that to Johnson. Johnson hits Walsh below the blue line. Walsh spinning off his man, looking like he's going to get pinned up along the boards, but not this time around. Walsh trying to find some space. Now loses the ball, and it's going to be the Warriors who are able to pick this one back up. Here come the Warriors across half. It's Trenton Redlick. He's got it. 9:50 to go now in the third. Little bobbled pass. Comes off the front of the Rebels bench. And now over and back violation called on the Warriors, so it's going to be Rebels ball here. As their offense going to have a good opportunity to get on the floor early in this shot clock. Pass off to McKenzie. McKenzie going to try to beat the first man there in Dane Menon. Now spins off him and has some space. McKenzie feed to the middle there, and that one couldn't quite be snagged there by Calix Simonson. And that allows the Warriors to pick back up and look to push across half again. Rex Wolney. He's got it. Feeds it up along the left. 2 Rebels out to pressure, but pass still able to get off now to Graham Dickin. Dickin drops that one down to the right. With it now looks to be Ben Royer. Royer lets the shot from the outside go, and it misses a country mile wide. Warriors back to work. Going to need a shot here. They let another one go, and that one ends up wide as well. Only 1 second on the shot clock, and it's going to become a forceful Rebels ball as Ben Renault's got it. He'll get across half. Now wait for some help out on the floor. Leaves that one there nicely for Seth McKenzie. McKenzie to Baker. Baker from the outside looking to find a lane on the inside. Couldn't quite get it. Now going to feed that one back over to the left. With it now Fraser Barrett. Shot from the outside, and that one misses wide of the net and ends up hitting the back of the net. That allows for an easy pickup for the Warriors as they'll push that one ahead now. Kyler Andrews across half, going to dump that ball off now for Luke Royer. Royer, the captain, going to work in the offensive zone now. 18 seconds to go on the shot clock for the Warriors. 8:20 to go in the period. We have not seen a goal in this third. First time this has happened in this game as it's been back and forth all night long. High scoring, but not in this third. It's been tight as can be, and it's just going to be the matter of one mistake that makes a difference either way. Jackson Kohut, he's got it to Eastwood, who lets the low shot go there, and that one goes a country mile wide itself. As now down across half, it's going to be Warriors ball down in the Rebel zone below 8 minutes to go now in the third period. Scrimshaw lining up, ready to pursue the man who picks up that ball, and indeed that'll be the case. Cycling it back up high are the Warriors. Ben Royer, he finds a man in Josh Stewart, who feeds that back over to the right now for Fodchuk. Fodchuk, he's got it. Back over to the left now. From the outside, Dickin looking for a lane. Let that one go, and it ends up way wide and across half over and back. Going to get called on the Warriors, and the Rebels going to be able to pick up now in the Warriors zone and have an opportunity of their own. 7:40 to go now in the third. Up high Baker, he's got it now. Got it from McKenzie. Baker, outside shot there, and that one goes wide. Recovered by Fraser Barrett as they'll feed this one in the middle for Baker, and just off the top of his stick and gloved out of the air like a shortstop by Tate Pinch. And a little bit of bobble out of the crease and a dangerous play, and that's going to be the back-in violation on the Warriors, turning it back over to the Rebels. McAdam got in the left corner, putting his hand out, saying, whoa, whoa, slow down, boys. We got 30 seconds to work with here. Seth McKenzie feeds that quick shot from the outside by Eastwood, stopped up by Pinch as they're going to look to push across half now once again. It's the Warriors feeding this one down deep. Ball comes back out high. Now it's going to get beat. Matthew Vetch might have a lane to the net. Vetch in all alone for the 2-goal lead and stopped up by Tate Pinch. Rebels recover once again. 6:50 to go now in the third. Ball comes back out high. Renault, he's going to pass that off. Almost cut off was McAdam, but now he doesn't. A nice pick there by Renault. Big body and a quick shot. They score. Fraser Barrett increases the lead to 2 for the Rebels. His first goal of this contest, and now a cushion for the Rebels with 6:40 to go in the third. Remind you to explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown, scenic parks, and river valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. As well, at Vimy Lacrosse, excellence is the standard. Led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors, they are dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is a fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Also, as they wipe the floor, the Chaos Junior Lacrosse Club and its franchise, the Southern Alberta Chaos, are excited to announce they will be hosting the McDonald Cup this year. The 2024 event will be hosted in the Centennial Regional Arena in Brooks, Alberta from August 7th to 11th. After a hiatus, 27 years, the Port Coquitlam Saints and BC successfully hosted the 2023 tournament, where the Cranbrook Black Wolves became the first champions of the rechristened McDonald Cup since 1995. The 8-team event was highly enjoyed by athletes, volunteers, and the numerous lacrosse fans that attended. Please join them this August. For more information, visit mcdonaldcup.ca. Floor is wiped. Safety precautions have been made. 6:40 to go in the third. It's the Rebels that lead by 2 with an official score of 9-7. And we're set back at half once again. Simonson trying to pull this out as center. Ball pinched to the ground there by the Warriors. Comes out loose, and it's going to be the Warriors who come up with it. Headed across half now. It's Caden Pickering. He's got it on his weak side. Throws that all the way back up high as the Warriors going to start to go to work. Ben Royer. He's got it now. Penalty upcoming, it looks like, to the Rebels. It is 6-on-5. I don't see an arm in the air, but the net remains empty for the Warriors. Is this the earliest goalie pull I've seen in my life? As Fawchuk rips that from the outside and off the left pad there of McGilvery. Ball comes out loose. 6 minutes to go in the third, and now headed back to his bench. Looks to be Tate Pinch. So the Warriors playing with fire here, as indeed they're going for the goalie pull with over 5 minutes to go in this third period. And it looks like the ball into the ceiling. So it's going to be Rebels ball, and back between his net is Tate Pinch. Now a test of the cardio, it looks like, down the stretch of this game for Pinch, as he's going to be running back and forth the whole time, as Scrimshaw knows he's got the Warriors on the ropes as he dumps that one back up high for Kohut. Kohut down to Baker. Baker back up high for Kohut here once again. He's going to feed that over now for Fraser Barrett. He's the man who got that 2-goal cushion for the Rebels. Barrett back up to the point now. Kohut, he's got it from way outside. Feeds that one over now. An outside shot from McKenzie, and that one stopped up. Shot clock expiration won't matter as the Warriors able to pick this back up now, and they have it at about the center line. Lachlan Gordon had to pass that one off and finds a man, Graham Dickin. We're back 6-on-5 here once again as Pinch heads to the bench. Up high, Ben Royer. He's got it. 14 seconds on the shot clock now for the Warriors. Royer going to feed that one off now. Warriors looking for a shot on net. Josh Stewart. He's got it. Going to feed that one to the middle. Found Royers. He sends a short side shot, and that's stopped up by McGilvery. Rebound comes out, and the Warriors pick it up once again. Royer, he's got it. 4:40 to go now in the third. Fed to the other side of the floor, picked off by the Rebels, and maybe not enough time for the Warriors to get back to the benches. Johnson lets that go and swiped away from behind and into the netting. What a back check play from the Warriors to keep them alive in game number 1 of this series as they'll go back on offense once again. 4:26 to go in the third as the Warriors look to get back within 1. Ben Royer, he's got it at the point. Feeds that for Fodchuk, who returns it right back to Royer. Again, outside shot, and that one misses the net. Zorniak picks it up for the Rebels. They throw that one all the way ahead, and it's not going to find a stick, so now it's going to be a battle for the loose ball. Let's see. Josh Dewart picks it up right away. Pinch back between the pipes in a pinch that time around. Fodchuk, you're going to see him out there with Royer and Royer, I'm sure, for the remainder of this game. About 3:50 to go in the third. Ben Royer at the point, going to feed this one off now for Josh Dewart. Dewart finds Fodchuk. Fodchuk gets stripped from behind, and that's going to send Walsh in on the breakaway for the 3-goal lead, and Walsh puts it away, making no mistake. Double digits now for the Rebels on Walsh's second goal of this contest. This time the empty net, and 10-7 is your score in favor of the Rebels. 3:38 to go in the third. So we will get set at center here once again. Still lots of time to go in this game. Don't count anybody out yet. Kalix Simonson in to take this draw against Kyler Andrews. Simonson going to pull that one back. Scrimshaw able to pick it up for the Rebels. Getting pushed back into his own zone, looking for a passing option. Sends that high off the glass. The rebound comes down into the Warriors zone. And it looks like Pinch not going to be headed to the bench this time around. Are the Warriors applying mercy? That certainly can't be the case. Up high now. Fed off. Ben Royer. He's got it. Royer. 3 minutes to go in the period now. 10 seconds in the shot clock. Seth McKenzie able to pick this one off now for the Rebels, and he's going to push it across half. Maybe a good thing here that they didn't go for the empty net for the Warriors. If that was the play that was going to come of it. McKenzie now makes a cut inside, comes in all alone. McKenzie sends it on net and stopped up by Pinch. 2:45 to go now in the third as the Warriors push across half once again. Pinch hanging out above his crease once again, but not getting the call to the bench by his coach. And again, it was a surprising goalie pull to me to pull with over 5 minutes to go in the game, and it really did not pan out for the Warriors, now trailing by 3 in this contest. But if there was ever a time to now pull with a lot of time on the clock, it's when you're down by 3. Kohut, nonetheless, steps into the offensive zone for the Rebels and holds the ball now. 17 seconds to go on their shot clock. Seth McKenzie, he picks that off and sends it to Eastwood. 2:10 to go in the third now. Kohut, way up high. He's got it. The Rebels in time-killing mode now. Pass off. The Rebels got in the left corner, and that's going to be the expiration of the shot clock. Forced turnover to the Warriors. Timeout called by them as well. Minute 57 to go in the third. Good time to let you know. CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 Division are proud to be supporting the Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation and the Canadian Mental Health Association to implement their Talk Today program. In 2020, a beloved player of the game to many in the North Division, Chris Letendre, died by suicide age 25 while battling mental health issues. The Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve his memory and call the lacrosse community to action in support of mental health in the game of lacrosse and beyond. Donations can be made by visiting our social media channels for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. Still 30 seconds to go in this timeout, but all players already back out on the floor. Net is empty for the Warriors. 15 seconds to go now. Conversation going on between Ben Royer and referee. Play looking like it's only seconds away from being blown in, and we'll head down the stretch of this game. And here we go. Game 1, the North Finals. all comes down to this. The Warriors trail by 3, and it's crunch time from Josephsburg as Fodchuk lets that one rip. 1:45 to go in the third now. Fodchuk again lets it go, and another stop by McGillivray. Warriors pick up the rebound. Let it go, though, and that allows Fraser Barrett to pick up for the Rebels. Pass ahead now. Gets in to McAdam, and he's actually going to pull this one out wide. Not go for the goal, and that's a selfless, high IQ play by McAdam as he feeds that one back up high for Reese Walsh. 1:23 to go in the third. Walsh, he's got it. Almost pinned up along the boards, but not this time around. Walsh still holding on to it. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock for the Rebels as he'll get dropped down to the ground, and they're actually going to make that Rebels ball once again. Now, minute 12 to go in the third, and another 30 seconds for the Rebels to hold on to this ball. Walsh, all the way towards the point, needs to pass this one off as he's about to get pinched. Rolls it ahead, finds a man in McAdam. And back out now for Simonson. Last minute of play in the third period as the Rebels lead by 3 in Game 1 of the North Finals. Eastwood catches his stick up high, loses his stick in the process. 2 Rebel sticks down on the ground now as this one scooped across half. We got a penalty upcoming now, and it looks like some rough stuff upcoming here. And now players going to be separated. Only 41.6 seconds to go in the third period. Rebels still holding a 10-7 lead over the Warriors. And despite what everybody's been talking about, despite what Mohamed Joma has been talking about, the Rebels have walked in at home here at the Moyer Recreation Center and I think successfully planted the seed of doubt in the mind of the Edmonton Warriors. They're going to come out of this with a 1-0 lead in this series. Of course, still time on the clock, but I got to say, all the Rebels got to do is hold on here. It's going to be 2 minutes of power play time for the Warriors with the 40 seconds on the clock. So this Rebels penalty kill is brought to you by 5-2 Projects, providing construction services tailored to meet the unique needs of each client. Committed to delivering top-notch quality and exceptional customer services. 5-2 Projects. Here we go. Crunch time once again. Luke Royer behind the net. Back up to the point to him now. Royer feeds that off. Quick stick opportunity stopped up by McGillivray. 30 seconds on the clock here as going at it in the middle now is Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw sending some slashes here. Are they going to go at it? Scrimshaw talking it out with Graham Dickin. And now dropped to the ground. Scrimshaw wants it. They're not going to go at it now. As the Rebels have it down in the Warrior zone. Only 8.1 seconds to go in the third. Turned over to the Warriors. Play blown in. And as the time winds down, the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels walk in at home and take game number 1 of the North Finals. And now only 1 win away from a trip to Airdrie for the Larry Bishop. Big celebration down in their own zone for the Rebels. A more soulless look on the left side of the floor for the Warriors. But a great performance from the Rebels all around today. Really held on in the third period, battened down the hatches, and made sure they didn't let the Warriors score 1 goal in that entire 20 minutes. And anybody who's watched the Edmonton Warriors throughout the season understand just what a feat that is to achieve for the Rebels to hold the Warriors scoreless for an entire period. Game number 2 coming up next on CROW LAX TV. That game goes Saturday, and that one will be the home game for the Warriors, and we'll have all the action live for you. On the call for that game is none other than Mr. Warriors himself, Mohamed Joma. For Tristan, for Eric, for myself, it's been a pleasure with you on this Thursday night for this high-level lacrosse. My name is Aiden Bolsgaard. You tuned in live on CROW LAX TV, and we will see you again for game number 2. Thank you.